Hey everybody, it's your pal Drew, third year comic book industry veteran, and before that, advertising executive, busboy, just a little of everything, security guard, and now I'm internationally acclaimed. I wish. So, Sal Buscema, beautiful cover. A lot of people don't know about this book, Marvel Legacy, the 60s through the 90s. Now what they did here is they did 4 individual issues with no ads. They did, give me a second, the 60s. I love that pop art production. I wish I never got rid of it. I don't know. I always thought that was kind of cool. And you get like these really wacky characters. Like the guy from the Tour of Tucson, the guy who wanted the Torch to leave the Fantastic Four so they could be a 2-man team. It wasn't in Fantastic Four, baby. It was in the shortly lived Strange Tales appearance of in Strange Tales. There's Asbestos Man, another cornball character. There's that robot who tried to kill Ben Grimm before he turned back into the Thing. There's communist gorillas, gotta love them. Got Bullseye, the guy who originally supposedly killed. There's the burglar who killed Uncle Ben. What is he? I don't care. So you're getting the idea what's going on. They're getting like all these turkeys. Man, I love Crimson Dynamo. Why oh why has Marvel not done a bust of this character? They do busts of the most friggin' obscure characters. And second of all, or an action figure. I'd settle for an action finger. And you see where we're getting here with this? And anyway, what they do is like, the Exiles, that's who they are. I'll get further along. And Factor 3, formidable group. And you had the original Doctor Strange. There's just some crazy machinery guy who... Now here we go. Fantastic Four. What they do with this, it's extremely clever. They talk about the FF all the way to the end of 1969. And then the next volume, they continue from there. And they'll start sort of the same with like the first paragraph, but then they'll add to it. So, and they have a whole bunch of new writers and some art construction. I see all the writers there. And Jacob Rogemont or whatever, real nice guy. I met him at a show. And it's just fun. It probably didn't sell for shit, but, geezers like me ate that shit up. So... Okay, I'm going to get to this in a minute. Now, they tell who the artists were for each page, but there's no new art. It's taken from panels from the comics. The 70s, baby. Look at that. Love it, love it, love it. So you got all the great 70s characters, including the Hypno Hustler. And here we go. The Avengers. And again, it goes all the way up till 1980, because this is back when Henry Gyrich or Garrick or however you say his name comes along and lays on the law. Brute, who was the Reed Richards of alternate Earth, or some other Earth. What's a counter Earth? The llama, the friggin' llama. They should have just forgot. They should have left a blank page because he was such a shitty character. Cobalt Man, but that's what his new look was designed by. I think it was by Herb Trimpe. And so now the thing is, even though the Invaders they appeared in the 40s and not really in the 70s, but the books came out in the 70s. So what they do is it's almost like you open a hidden file on somebody. Like, let's say you find somebody's a file on a character or an event or a business that has been sealed shut for 50 years. So it's sort of like that. It's like, we didn't know about this until now because I don't know, we weren't introduced yet. So I kind of take that tact with it. And Lavenders, everybody. Love that cover. Go Hypno Hustler, baby, and it tells you everything. It's like I love it. Says name unrevealed, real name. Uh, Musician, thief is his occupation. USA, citizenship with a criminal record, no affiliates, none. Group affiliation, Hypno Hustler and the Mercy Killers Band. I like that name, actually. Then there's Manphibian. I think he was only in the black and white magazines. There's Korek, Liberty Legion, the Lady Liberators, that stupid ass Machismo. a lot of beautiful stuff. Really amazing. Cyclop, he didn't get his day in the sun. Maybe because he gets too many eyes. Okay, let's go. Okay, now that's over for the 70s. Now the 80s. The 80s has the traditional, original handbook of the Marvel Universe logo because that's when they started coming out with it. I like how a real freaky, scary, like non-superhero or villain character like Nuke back here happens to be charging in the same direction with all the superheroes. It's just so funny. Long Shot. He sucks. I never liked Long Shot. He looks like an idiot. U.S. Archer. And his powers are lame too. I have luck powers. Yeah, like you should make out with Black Cat since you both have those powers. Captain Hero, the new Captain Marvel. I really liked Monica Rambeau. She had a very different background, and she was on Earth. So, you know, the original Marvel Captain Marvel was. I liked him, but his personality was dry as toast. There's Crystar, Crystal Warrior, and Darkcrawler. Originally named Nightcrawler, but the X-Men came along. Followers of the Light were the members of who controlled the Shogun Warriors. Each one of them had a Shogun Warrior. And oh yeah, at the end of this year, that's when the Thing became the leader. Sue and Reed decided to retire. Crystal came back, and then the new Ms. Marvel came along. Hercules, Hero Song and Store. So great stuff. Really enjoyable. So I recommend this to everybody. See, David, I love this. So David Mazzucchelli, I'm 100% certain he just went for like the Kirby pose, yeah, because it's like an army. It's like a flashback or something. But Rocket Raccoon, he started off as a real erudite type person, but I like him in the movies. Savage, She-Hulk, Spider-Ham. Lovely stuff. Lovely. Even a Zaniac, who was this one-off character that was just dumb. So there's the credits. And now we're going to the 1990s handbook. They sell these individually also. If you have one or two, they've made 4 of them, and they click them on here. No ads either. So here you go. The only downside is it's almost like early 90s, you had a massive amount of comics that were selling. It's like Marvel was really selling well, DC was selling well, and people were getting more and more into comics, and Image Comics, which was founded by 7 of the biggest artists at Marvel, they left to form Image. And so there was a bit of a power vacuum briefly. And so you had all these characters, the Image characters, the Marvel characters, the DC characters, and the other smaller companies. And in all frankness, there's not a lot of new stuff you could do with a superhero. I mean, maybe the events, even the events that create a superhero. I mean, by this time, I feel like they've all been used up. People come up to me and say, well, why don't you do your own superhero? And I'm like, I honestly can't think of an original idea because it's, I've been a fanboy forever, and the few times I've really thought about doing characters, I just realized it was a knockoff of another character. But also a lot of people working at Marvel, I'm sure they were probably had their head in like half into Marvel, and they were probably thinking, if I come up with something on my own, maybe I can, get booked. Done at Image, something my own. So as a result, you got a lot of mediocrity. Ghost Rider was cool though. And that was a little before, I don't know when. And then, oh, I hated that character, Goddess. Man, those crossovers were pure as shit. Hyperstorm. See, it's just like Lunatic. Lunatic French. Remember that song? It was sung much better than I do. Okay, there we go. So, you're like, okay, Drew, what's going on? Hey, what's the matter with you, huh? Okay, well, I have something that I think if Mark Grunwald was editing in the 70s instead of writing with Ralph Macchio, he could have come up with another crossover or an event. Is before they were called events. Like, do just like a mini-series, although they didn't do mini-series at the time. There was this ongoing storyline with the Hulk, with Captain America, and they were fighting the corporation, not for public broadcasting, but just the corporation. And then towards the end of this corporation story, you had the Hulk, you had Cap, because they were both crossing the corporation. But in lovely Bronze Age fashion, the corporation was used a lot, or it was suggested a lot. I don't know if it was like, because corporations are all evil, and so there has to be a corporation, blah, 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 blah. And here are all the players they show you. And, this guy's from Deadly Hands of Kung Fu, however you say his name. Blue Streak, Captain America, Marvel 2-in-1 Incredible Hulk, okay. And then there's Captain America, of course. Marvel Premiere had the Jack of Hearts issue in it. Machine Man character. And you had Machine Smith, which had The Thing and Jack of Hearts, I think. So Deadly Hands got food, blah, 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 blah. And let me see. Anything else? Well, anyway, you have a nice little group of characters that would really, really make a great storyline, like a crossover that could really shine. And I remember when they did this, I was like, well, oh yeah, the Torpedo too. Torpedo, there he is right there, Torpedo. It's hard to get a good shot of him, but the Torpedo is also involved. So I'm like, look, you got Hulk, you got Cap, you got White Tiger, Shang-Chi, Iron Fist, Jack of Hearts, Machine Man, Captain Hulk, of course, Quasar, and then I forgot to say the Torpedo. Now they're a formidable bunch. White Tiger, he got his powers from what is it? The Sons of the Tiger. They were these three, kung fu experts who fought crime and such. They all quit, and they threw their amulets that gave them their powers away, and a young man, college student named Hector, found them, and he got the power combined of those characters, and he became the White Tiger. So all these characters, and I'm going to write down Torpedo before I forget, okay? Yeah. Let's see. Torpedo. There. Now you got a great cast of characters, a great fighting team there almost. I mean, I wouldn't make them a super team or anything, but I think this would be great if it was in one annual, maybe a Captain America annual. Although I don't know if Kirby was still doing it. He just wasn't big into crossovers, period. But Hulk annual maybe, and I don't know what else. It's something to be figured out. I mean, miniseries were not a thing at this time, so I'm trying to stay within the perimeters of the time these books were published. And, multi-issue crossovers that bleed into other books, that really wasn't a thing either. It was usually a lot of the stories were, what do you call, subplots. So what would be neat is if in either Cap or Hulk, you would see some of these yobs just kind of talking about the current situation, and it's yeah, here's this guy called the Torpedo is out there too. What about him? I don't know. From what I read in the files, blah, 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 he fought Hemlock, and, just kind of build up. And then I think they could have made a great team, and it could have coalesced on this issue 232, and if they wanted to continue it, do an annual. Do a Hulk annual and a Cap annual. Oh, yeah, Kirby was still with, he doesn't do this. But I'm saying, this is a very formal, and it's a crossover that never happened. And I was a kid, and I was like, wait, they're mentioning a corporation over here, and this guy, and I'm like, huh? So I think they blew it. I would have loved to see it. Let me see real quick. I'm going to refer back to my hardcover Marvel Universe book. Steady on. Okay, here we go. Better view of the actual characters involved. Jack of Hearts, super powerful, and this would be a great addition to the storyline. And there's Machine Man. I love it though. Kirby was at DC at the time, but Trimpe did a Kirby sort of feel to it. It's not a copy. It's just he got in the vein of Kirby. God, The Thing. Come on, man. Oh, crossover Marvel 2-in-1 annual. There you go. See, I got it all figured out. So you could do like Hulk annual into Fantastic Four annual, or Marvel 2-in-1. Although Marvel 2-in-1 would be a mess. I mean, they couldn't call it like the Avengers because they're not all Avengers. So, oh my goodness. Then you got that Torpedo, who's a really badass. I sent Marvel like a treatment about him. In 1990, I really wanted to break in as a writer, and I wrote I plotted several different books and sent these photocopies to Marvel. This is back when they were still sort of taking solicitations, and I remember there was like 30 assistants and associate assistants and editors, associate editors, assistant editors. So I sent out like 30 of these things, and I was using, I didn't fold it into an envelope. I just had like a whole, big envelope, and it cost me a pretty penny to mail that stuff out. So, I had a lot of hot pockets, actually being burritos that you could hammer a nail in. White Tiger, great character, died a really stupid, ignoble death. He got suckered into going into some place, and he got blown away by the mob. Like he was inactive. He wasn't dead, but he was damaged beyond repair. So that's it. Hope you dug this, and let me know. Excuse me a second. Hit the cough button there. So, I mean, if you have any other ideas that what could have been, crossovers or anything else, let me know. Please leave your comments below. I don't delete any comics. I don't delete any comments, and I don't argue. I don't, everybody's got their opinion, and that's what's beautiful about the world of comical books. And also please hit like. And if you haven't already subscribed, please hit subscribe. And then there's a bell there that you hit one more time for notifications, so it lets you know when a new video comes by. Let's see what else I got to say. That's it. Okay. Anyway, check this out. Whoa. Check it out, and I'll be seeing you soon. Bye.